Welcome to Guthrie Sports Page Television. Chris Evans with the junior high head coach Jeff Ball. And Coach, got 2 wins here tonight against Piedmont in the 8th grade game. A fantastic finish here. Come from behind a tremendous junior high game here tonight.
Oh, it was. You don't have very many ball games like that. Of course, you don't want that many ball games,
Sure.
and it was good to be on the winning side of that. But right here at the last, to get down inside the 10, we ran a little tight end hot. They were kind of covering over the top on our on Richard Brothers, our wide receiver, and so we decided let's go right down the middle where they're not having anybody. So we ran a little tight end hot, got down to about the 10, and I thought he was going to get in, but he didn't. Jarvis Moore played a heck of a game for us at tight end tonight and wide receiver. He did have a touchdown as well earlier in the ball game. And then we took a couple of shots over there with Richard R. He's about 6'3", wide receiver. Couldn't quite get it. They were kind of playing the safety over the top on him, and that made it kind of difficult. Almost had it there at once, and then we were actually trying to run the little tight end hot again, and they blew that up a little bit. And Dutton, our great quarterback, Brian Dutton, he just saw an opportunity and ran it in. If he wouldn't have scored right there, the game would have been over because we had no timeouts 9 seconds to go when the play started. It was 2 when it was over with.
Right.
We could not have done anything. So if he wouldn't have scored, the game would have been over, and we would have lost.
And how he got in, I don't know, because he had like 4 or 5 guys in his face the second he had the football.
Willpower. Yeah. And I got up to him, and he's got to be tired tonight.
Yeah.
And we got over there, and I saw him say, good run. What more can you say? I mean, the kid, he gutted us to the victory tonight, and he really led the team, and he was really motivating. He was pumped up, and they scored with, about a minute and 15 seconds left.
Right.
They scored. We were calling our timeouts to give us more time for offense.
Right.
And they scored, and we were down by 1, and it's a minute 15 left, and they just scored, and you think they have all the momentum, and we got Brian Dutton and Richard Brothers over here trying to pump the crowd up, and that shows a lot about the character. It was almost like they knew they were going to come back and win, and you like that. I mean, I've never quite seen that many times before, but usually the people are coming over pumping up the crowd are the ones that are ahead, but we were down by 1, and they did that.
It's like
but
they knew.
Good. Yeah. And it's like they knew that they believed, we were down 14-0.
Right.
And I don't know if it was first quarter or early second quarter, we were down 14-0, and we came back. We 14-7, then we came back again to get it to 14-13, and that's how it was at halftime. And we just told the guys the most physical team's going to win in the second half. And we came out and we played much better in the second half. We were not playing Blue Jay football the first half. Coach Beebe at the high school play fast, play physical on defense, and we weren't doing that on defense. And defensive coaches addressed it. We had some people, some guys in there who weren't playing, who haven't played a whole lot for us this year. Adam Berry, but stepped in, had 2 interceptions.
Yeah. The tip drill was good tonight.
Drill was good tonight for us, and you like those. I mean,
Sure.
You work on those every now and then, and it worked for us tonight. And we're thrilled to have those guys step in and play because they've been working hard in practice, and it's good that they get that going and can keep rolling for us because we're 3-0 right now. Next game we've got at Western Heights. It's going to be tough. I just talked with the Piedmont coaches, and they said they've got a very athletic quarterback who can play, and we're going to have to play our best game again to get another victory next week.
And you talked about it with the tight end Jarvis. It worked in the first half. Is that stuff you kind of put back in the memory bank for a special?
Oh sure.
Yeah.
We did. And they were sending the defense they were running. They were sending their linebackers, and no wonder our line couldn't block because we had 5 guys on the line and they're sending 7.
Right.
And we couldn't block it. And all we need is just a little bit of time, and we were able to get that tight end. He was wide open. I mean, we could have run that a lot tonight, and maybe we should have. Maybe we should have run it more.
8th graders win it 25-20. Brian Dutton's pretty tough, isn't he?
Brian Dutton's a tough athlete.
Pretty tough.
He's a great kid. We had a player in the second quarter that made it 14-13, and I mean he took a shot. Really hard right in the rib area. And it took him down. It takes a lot to get him down, but it took him a few seconds to get his wind back. And but I asked him at halftime, "You all right?" And he said, "I'm good. Let's go."
Yeah.
He's just a tough kid, and he willed us to victory tonight. A lot of kids willed us to victory, not just Brian Dutton, but we have our entire team. Everybody came through for us. We had some kids who didn't play tonight due to eligibility, due to not being at practice. And they should have played. They should have played tonight, but when you don't show up for practice, when you can't keep your grades up, you don't play, and you just got to stick to that.
8th grade wins at 25-20 and come from behind fashion at the last second. And meanwhile, moving to the 7th grade, a little bit easier task for the 7th grade. Real quick on the 8th grade team, Piedmont's improved team. I mean, we saw it on the varsity. That's a pretty good junior high Piedmont team.
That is a very good junior high Piedmont team, and they've got some athletes. They were throwing the ball on us early, but give credit to the defensive coaches, Coach Atchley, Coach Porter, Coach Deering, really stepped up, and they regrouped, and they did a great job holding them. We outscored them 25-7 after Piedmont went up 14-0. We outscored them. What would have been 25-7?
7.
Yeah, 25-7 to give us the victory. So.
Okay, now going back to the 7th graders, they went a little bit easier. 28-0, I believe, is the right score. And first play from scrimmage is a touchdown. And from there, it was all Blue Jays.
It was. And we kind of moved some people around because we think that's how they're going to help our team the most. And we moved Andrew Toney in at running back. He'd been playing the line for us, but we had some injuries and people not showing up for practice. So let's move him out there and let's give him a look. And we ran lead play for him the first play, and he goes, I think, 80 yards.
Yeah.
So good to see that kid get in there. And then Kai Callens really played well tonight. He had one of the better runs I've seen.
He ran about 300 yards.
He did run 300 yards, and tough kid too. Reed Roberts playing quarterback really, I thought, managed the game pretty well for us. He's improving day by day. It's a different ball game. Coming in playing junior high football. It's not rocket science, but it is a lot different than the Pee Wee that we have.
Sure.
We've got to give credit to the Pee Wee program that we have. Them running the same offense in with Pee Wee football, really helps out, and their coaches have done a great job with that. So it helps out with us, no doubt, just like with what we're doing. Hopefully is helping out a little bit with the high school. What the Pee Wee's doing is really helping us out, and you can really see that evident with the 7th grade group.
7th grade scores 28 points, but maybe more impressive, they shut out the Piedmont offense.
Yeah.
Defense.
Our defense played extremely well tonight, and I would say they might have had 10 yards of total offense all night.
Wow.
They had a couple of big plays, but they had those big plays were erased by some great defense, and they really played the fundamental football like we wanted our 8th grade to do in the first half, and I don't know, we've got to come out and be able to play better 8th grade wise in the first half than we did tonight, because we want to show them how well the 7th grade played. Their intensity was there for all 4 quarters, and we need that out of everybody all the time.
Mixed it up tonight. You went from the sideline up to the booth.
I did. Second game that I did that. Did it last week at El Reno. Calling plays up there, I can just see it a little bit better. I've kind of been up there with Coach Mick, and he kind of, I've learned a lot from Coach Mick and Coach Watkins and all the guys at the high school calling the offense. Coach Michou's done a great job with helping us out with receivers, and our special teams. We're kicking extra points now. Something Coach Watkins wanted, and we're going to do it, and prepare them for high school. That's what this is all about. It's good to win, but it's all about preparing them for the next level, and they showed a lot of guts tonight getting that victory.
8th graders 3-0, 7th graders
3-0 as well.
3-0 as well. So
we go to Western Heights next Thursday. So we've got a away game again. This is only our first home game of the season, but we have, in fact, our next 2 are away, and then we have our last 2 home games against McGinnis and Deer Creek and McGinnis. Then after that,
I'm gonna go get a fly swatter and get rid of that fly, Coach. Appreciate you joining us here.
Thank you.
For Coach Jeff Ball, I'm Chris Evans. Thank you for tuning in to Guthrie Sports Page Television.